Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Solana. We're going to do a full update. We got the beautiful breakout that I think we spoke about briefly yesterday as well. I think I made a video on Solana yesterday, but I had to go over it again. I mean, it's been incredibly strong, of course. Yeah, I did. It's been incredibly strong. It has continued to be relatively strong over the course of the last 24 hours, and we actually had a major move right here in the Asian session. And yesterday the US session as well. Well, I have to say, I mean, obviously, look, markets are bullish right now and there's always a coin rallying. But Solana was significantly stronger than Ethereum, Bitcoin and XRP yesterday, which is a great sign. But what I think is even a greater sign is the daily breakout that we had, right? What we spoke about yesterday is that we needed to see a break above 185, which we said, all right, well, that's probably most likely, right? I mean, yesterday morning, the price was already at 190, but then I said we need to be able to hold that. And I think the price action we've seen so far, not only for Solana, but also for the ecosystem, which I will spend a little bit of time on the ecosystem at the end of the video. I think some of you might appreciate that, and I think that's valuable as well. But there's ecosystem strength. We've spoken about the fundamentals for Solana very often in the last couple of months. I'm a big fan of the fundamentals, and yesterday we also saw that the fundamentals were growing and solid. But the momentum, in combination with that ecosystem strength, in combination with the fundamentals, in combination with the technicals, make me believe that this is a real breakout. And there's always the risk, of course, of this being a fake out and Solana doing this. But I would say that the only way we can see something like this is if we have some very, very bearish geopolitical or economic news, right? And that is not something I expect. So I think it's more likely that right now, there's a bit of a market-wide pullback going on right now. That's fine. That's nothing to be worried about, I'd say. But that does make the probability higher that we're going to pull back. But ultimately, as long as we hold 175 with a spike, and as long as we keep closing above 180, I think we're fine. And I think that is most likely, all right? So that we will be able to hold something like this, and then eventually we will also be able to rally into our next price target at 220 and 225. Now, I'm also planning some trades on Solana and its ecosystem. That's why I wanted to speak on the ecosystem, because I think it's something you need to be aware of as well. First of all, if you're interested in what I'm trading, consider joining the Signal group. I'm quite active surrounding Solana, so yeah, if you're interested in that, check that out. But for now, so like I said, I think this is most likely. There is a possibility if the market is really going to keep pulling back like it is, that we're going to have a fake out. So that would be this move right here. But we have the yearly rolling VWAP at 174, right? So like I said, as long as we're holding that with a spike, we're fine. And we could even drop down a little bit lower. I'd be fine with that as well. So that's what I think is most likely for Solana. However, we're seeing some more strength across the board. For Jupiter, for example, I think that looks great on the higher time frames here. It's slowly rallying up higher here, has broken the balance. So as long as it's able to hold 57 cents, I'd say, I think we're easily going up to 78 cents and potentially even into that previous range right here. But that is to be continued. But something like Jito is also trying to break out here. Main level to break out would be $2.3. And then something that has a lot of momentum this morning was Bonfida. This is a little bit more risky since it's a bit of a manipulated coin. But if it's able to hold this level right here, I would argue between 10 and 11 cents. I think this is going much higher as well. And you can see historically this has done well as well. But that's what I think you need to know regarding Solana and its ecosystem for now. So hopefully that helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a great day and bye.